up, guys? My name is Dominic, and I am here with Jim. And in today's video, we have Parker joining us again.
Hello.
And for our reaction, we are going to be reacting to the behind the scenes of Red Dead Redemption 2.
That should be interesting. I played Red Dead Redemption, but I've never played Red Dead Redemption 2. Can you say that real fast?
No, I probably couldn't.
Okay.
But I don't think this has anything to do with the actual video. But with Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2, the timelines that they take place in, they're completely backwards.
Really?
In Red Dead Redemption 1, it's a Western, so it takes place in the 1900s. Red Dead Redemption 1 it takes place in the year 1911. And in Red Dead Redemption 2, it takes place in the 1800s in the year 1899.
Whoa. That's pretty heavy. Wow.
So you can imagine
I
how
need a calculator.
you can imagine how weird that is. Like the timelines, you think Red Dead Redemption 1 would be 1899,
Right.
and
But you could be wrong.
but that's not how
Okay.
they did it apparently.
Okay.
So you ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
What in the world is happening?
Oh man, it still hurts. This is such a huge moment in the story. Everyone's button mashing so hard right now. Well, hey there, cowpokes. Roger Clark here, aka Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm really looking forward to what we're about to do because we are focusing on the best moments of Red Dead Redemption 2.
Wait, is that their actual guy, or is he just cosplaying as the guy?
He is one of the voice actors for one of the characters,
Oh, okay.
and the character that you play, he's the voice of that character.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I didn't know that.
So, 5 years. My first day was August of 2013. I'll never forget that day. Then 5 years later...
5 years.
Oh yeah, a lot of people's favorite mission, that one. So typically when we would do the mocap scenes, Benjamin Byron Davis, who did a fantastic job performing Dutch Vanderland, well, if you ain't gonna be civilized about this, and then he drew his pistol and that was cut. Rest goes straight into gameplay. But yeah, that's such an iconic scene. But that long walk up, we had to do that like 3 or 4 times. So we would do the scene, walk, hit the end of the room, okay, cut, go straight back and just carry on where we left off. And then the amazing animators blended it in and made it look as natural as what we just saw just there. And I had no idea it was gonna look that epic. So how do you mocap a gunfight? Cut scenes, which is very cinematic, usually, and then you're doing a lot of the in-game animations too. Now the in-game animations just trying to get the data that the animators need in order to make everything look seamless. We didn't have to do many gunfights because that's obviously was going to be playable.
This is America! You can always cut a deal!
I've given you enough chances.
Help! No!
So rough.
There's your...
Oh man, it still hurts. So, gosh, yeah. There's loads to talk about here. Fun fact, so the guy who plays Milton, his last name's Hickok, and he's actually related to Wild Bill Hickok. This is such a huge moment in the story because the angel over Dutch's shoulder gets snuffed out. I knew that it was going to be a huge moment for the player because this is when really starts to hit the fan. And this is when stuff really starts to go downhill for the gang.
I'll keep her in black on your behalf.
Arthur's accent is not geographically accurate to any one region, but I figured that was okay. You know, Arthur, from a very young age, travels all over the West. I remember when I started too, I was like, this is going to be a long project. I knew that I was going to have to be consistent and make sure that he sounds the same. I do recall Arthur being a little bit more southern than what we ended up doing. I thought a bit of a blend would serve the character well because it would highlight the fact that he's always on the move and he's always traveling. But yeah, I was down in south, you get a lot more soft on them vowels. You draw the vowels out a little more, and then the vowels don't become as long, and you start hitting them consonants a little bit more.
Huh? I need help? I need help!
Take that.
We need to go. You ran away.
And
No, son.
you know what a lot of people don't notice is like, you know, Dutch had obviously been grooming Eagle Flies. He was encouraging him to go against his father's wishes. He was encouraging him to choose violence because that's what served Dutch's interests. And then when Arthur drags him out, mortally wounded, Dutch doesn't even acknowledge it. He says nothing about Eagle Flies whatsoever. There is already at this point in the game a lot of division and friction between Dutch and Arthur. I think Dutch sees an opportunity here. I agree with Arthur. Dutch ran away. So about the mentor relationship between Dutch and Arthur, and it definitely is a bit of a fatherly role that Dutch plays. A dynamic of that relationship always works until the younger one decides that it doesn't suit them anymore. I think for Arthur, it's sad because he remains loyal to the very end, to his detriment. His loyalty is never going to go away. I think there's a lot of disappointment when he sees aspects of Dutch that he didn't expect to. One thing that is unquestionable is, at least in the beginning of the game, is that the deep bond and relationship that these three have for each other is very genuine and it's very strong.
Be past our own grievances. This is what I try to teach my son.
So, this particular scene, this was done in the booth. A lot of the horse animations that you see, they were done with real horses. And in those instances, it's not me, they used the horse wranglers, who knew their animals much better, and were far better riders than I. This is all the technology from like 7 or 8 years ago. But performance capture is playing a bigger and bigger part in games. And we're starting to see it in film now, too.
So now you know how much they, like what they do for the game, like how the game was made. They had the horses in those, I don't know what those suits are called, like green screen suits, where they have like the,
Like motion captured emotions.
they have those like suits like with the cotton ball things.
Right.
They had one of those for the horses. And I guess they did all that stuff.
Right. That's how they work on the animation, right?
That's what they did for this game.
Right.
And a lot of the other stuff with like the NPCs, with the people,
Mm-hmm.
I think they did the same thing.
Probably. That's how they're making them look more realistic, right?
Yeah. I think the realistic stuff with the animations, I don't think that has anything to do with like the movements and stuff, but
No, that's what that's about. That's all.
but they're wearing they have the suits like
Right. That's so that the animators can line up the different limbs of the humans and limbs of the horses and all those different parts of the horses to the animations.
and with the way that the animations look, like just like everything else,
Mhm.
it looks all realistic.
Exactly. That's the point, right?
Well, they've been working on this game for, like, I don't know, since, like, after Red Dead Redemption 1,
Gotcha.
which would have been 8 years. So Red Dead Redemption 1 was being made and developed and released in 2010.
Okay.
And in 2018, that's when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out.
Gotcha.
So during the 8 years, that's when they were working on
Gotcha.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Look at Planet of the Apes and Avatar and Marvel, you know. Performance capture is this exploding medium, and I love raising awareness about it. I really believe that Red Dead 2, what it really excels at is immersion in a very developed and alive sandbox world.
Let us away. Wish us luck. I've only crashed twice.
How did you get out of this? Yeah, I remember this.
Okay.
So obviously we weren't up in the air when we did it. I remember thinking at the time, look at that light. The way that the lighting is amazing. That's one thing that blew my mind. Arthur's never experienced anything like this. Most people in 1899 would not have experienced something like this. Arthur has already been diagnosed here, and he's already starting to show signs of deterioration. I tried to bring in some wonder and some marvel on Arthur's behalf once he actually looks at this amazing, beautiful vista. Now, I wouldn't say I'm very method, but I have been in a hot air balloon. I'll definitely run around a bit. If I need to be out of breath, I'm definitely going to run around just before they shout action. I want to come up with as authentic and as honest a performance as I possibly can.
Ladies, let's get out of here.
Calm down, Mr. Morgan. That's quite a cough.
Oh no! See, he could totally have gotten him now! Abigail saves the day. Thank gosh. Thank gosh for Abigail there.
Get them bags packed up.
That's
quick,
really
Mr.
funny too,
Grimshaw.
because at the beginning of the game, Micah would never talk back to Grimshaw like that. She wouldn't have allowed it. But here, we can see the power dynamic has changed. Now that Micah has Dutch's ear, he's totally become the second guy in charge. After only 6 or 7 months with the gang.
Who amongst you?
Man.
is
And Grimshaw just dying on the ground. Imagine all the people who die. They probably would have sided with Arthur. You can't say. I mean, it was just so much bad luck for Arthur and John here. And poor Javier. If I was Javier, I would side with Dutch here. I mean, look. Well, who are my options? I've got 4 very able-bodied dudes that know how to handle themselves in a firefight. And on the other side, we have a guy dying of TB and one fellow who's shot in the arm. I mean, it's a no-brainer. And a lot of people make...
TB?
Tuberculosis.
Isn't that all one word?
Yeah,
And TB is just an abbreviation?
correct.
Okay, because that didn't... As soon as I heard that, it didn't make any sense. But now...
It's all good.
Yeah, now that whole thing, now that it's cleared up, it makes sense now.
Okay. Carry on.
Make that observation that Javier doesn't actually point his gun to them. He points it up in the air because Javier, although he does take Dutch's side, he's not happy about it. And he obviously still has a lot of love for Arthur and John, so he doesn't actually point his gun to them. So Arthur has 4 endings. He has the high and low honor version of going to help John, and he has a high or low honor version of going back for the money. None of them are happy endings for him. It's funny too, you know, 'cause sometimes I'll speak to fans and I'll say, which ending did you get? Sometimes they'll go, oh, I got the good ending. And I'm like, there's a good ending? What are you talking about? One of the things that Red Dead 2 does that I don't believe I've ever seen in a Western before is where we see the main protagonist admit that he's scared. I guess I'm afraid. And some people don't even get this cutscene. If you didn't help Sister Calderon, that scene doesn't happen. But if you do, then he chats to her and he admits to her that he's dying of tuberculosis, and he admits that he's afraid of that. I had never seen something like that in a Western before, so I was very keen to explore it. I was very grateful for a scene like that, because we were able to do something that hadn't really been done in the genre before. And of course, that's exciting. People can be complicated. They can be good one day and they can be bad the next. And I don't think that that necessarily has to be a contradiction of their character. People react differently in different circumstances, and I really appreciated the opportunity to explore that with Arthur. Oh gosh, yeah, Sean's dead. This one came out of left field. Rough. That was taking inspiration from Fistful of Dollars, where you got Clint Eastwood, the man with no name, riding into a town, and he pits two gangs against each other to his own advantage. And that, in turn, was inspired from Yojimbo, directed by Akira Kurosawa and starring Toshiro Mifune, who was a huge influence for Arthur Morgan. There are so many parallels between samurai films and Western films and samurai films and video games. If you want to learn more, check out Gameology's video about Kurosawa. But yeah, this scene, man, I remember them talking about it.
This is reminding me of a story about our whole lives that we would sometimes go through. When I was little, you remember how I used to love playing Red Dead Redemption 1?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a Western. I love Red Dead Redemption, but I hate country music.
Ah.
How weird is that? Like, country music kind of has like a Western
Right.
theme,
Right.
and I hate it. I don't like the sound of it. I think it sounds like crap, but I love Red Dead Redemption and all of this other stuff. So as you
Parker likes country music, you know.
I know he does. and
Don't
but
be judgy.
but like, I mean, like, I'm not judging him. If he likes it, then you got better taste in music than I do. Like,
better taste.
well, like, I mean, like, I
How about
don't.
different taste.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
I mean, like, well, like, okay, you like country music. I don't know how much you love it, but like, you love it. I hate it, but Red Dead Redemption is a Western, and country music kind of has like a Western theme.
Mm-hmm.
I love Red Dead Redemption, but I hate country music, and how do I feel about like Western stuff in general?
Good question.
Like,
You might like cowboy movies, though, right?
well, I've never seen any cowboy movies.
You should look up some Clint Eastwood ones.
I've heard of him, but is he really that famous?
Oh,
And have you seen any of his movies?
yeah. A lot of them.
Are they good?
Very.
Well, okay then.
Fistful of Dollars is the one that he referenced there. Very good movie.
I've heard. Well, obviously, in this case, I have heard of Clint Eastwood, but I never knew anything about him.
Gotcha.
And I guess now it's revealing that he does Western movies, and all my life I've never actually watched a Western movie.
Yeah. He got really famous when he did the Dirty Harry movies. Like, Dirty Harry was a cop, kind of a rogue cop. But they're really, really good too. They're not Western movies, but they're really, really good movies. You should check them out. And you should check out, like, Fistful of Dollars. I can't remember what the other one was. They painted a town red, and I can't remember what it is.
Is it like a red filter?
No.
Like instead of a black and white movie, it's a red
Nope.
movie?
It's just a regular movie, and then he had the town paint everything in the
Oh, so it's
Town
like
red.
so it's the plot of the
yeah,
movie?
and I can't remember what the name of that movie is. Put it down in the comments if you guys know. I can't think of it. Go ahead. I'm gonna ask my phone. What is the Clint Eastwood movie where they painted the town red? Nope, none of them.
It never gave you an answer?
It says Surrender Hill, but that's not it. Okay, carry on.
And I remember saying to them, guys, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. When I actually played the game for the first time, the epilogue was the first time I didn't know what was going to happen next. So this scene for me was mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. And it's one of the best missions in the game, I think, because you finally...
Okay, I got the answer.
What is it?
It's called High Plains Drifter. You'd like it because they paint the town red, and it might be related to Red Dead, but they just referenced Fistful of Dollars. But it's actually a damn good movie. It's like the town, they killed him, he was the sheriff, and then he came back from the dead, and he got his revenge on the people that killed him, and then at the end of the movie he just rides off into the sunset and disappears.
You know, Rockstar did make a DLC for Red Dead Redemption 1 where it is a zombie apocalypse.
Oh, cool.
yeah.
Didn't
And
know that.
that's kind of where that one guy, you said he comes back from the dead?
Yeah, that's High Plains Drifter. That's an old movie though. It's not as, yeah. It's not.
That's kind of relatable to the zombie DLC that Rockstar made.
True. True story. Okay.
Get your revenge. But what's about to happen now comes as a shock to most players, at least the first time they played it. Why does Dutch decide to shoot Micah? And I think I know the answer. It's because Dutch knows that Arthur's dying wish was to protect John. And so he decides to honor Arthur's last wishes here. It's a bit too little, too late, but it's the least he can do. And that, I think, is why he chooses to shoot Micah here. He still doesn't like John, but it's out of respect for Arthur's final dying wish. Ned Luke in the game. There's been a lot of speculation about this. I think maybe I'll be able to put that speculation to an end right now.
Stop it. Stop the wheel. Stop it right there. There's Big Daddy. There I am.
I don't think that's him. I know what Ned Luke did do. There is a moonshine mission, and it's with one of the gray deputies, and you take out loads of moonshiners. Ned Luke is one of them. People often ask me what was the hardest thing about Red Dead 2, and I'll tell them it was crouch running. Because we crouched ran for, I think, a couple of days. Because you gotta crouch run, walk, stealth, run with one gun, run with two guns, then you gotta crouch run with a rifle. Like 3 days later, my thighs were absolutely killing me. Rockstar Games, you know, they really pay a lot of attention to details. Not a lot of studios do it that way. But I was very, very grateful that Rockstar Games gave me so much ownership over Arthur. Because Arthur walks like me, you know, he rubs his nose like me. The immersion is so important. I feel really blessed. As an actor, so often we second guess ourselves. I've learned to do it less as I've gotten older, but I still do it. And very often, like I'll dwell on something a week or two afterwards, you know, thinking, gosh, you know, maybe I should have done it that way. And I remember thinking that with Arthur's death. Oh no, well, it really hits the fan. Everyone's button mashing so hard right now. I know I was, and I knew what was gonna happen. God damn you.
It is over. Now, Arthur. It's over.
This fight, though, was different. Because it's such an important fight, and because it's a very specific fight, and because they're kind of not under player control. I mean, there are button prompts, but you don't control Arthur. This fight we actually did mocap, and it was choreographed, and we did it in tandem with stunt performers. They had two other stunt performers, one of them being me and one of them being Peter, who also did the fight in the same choreographies, and I was honored that they did end up using most of our data for that fight. But his last breaths, though, I chose to make a little bit more peaceful, because he was, if some people may remember, there's a point where in one of the camps where people are talking about how they would want to die or something. If you hang around long enough in the conversation, Hosea will chime in and say, "What do you think, Arthur?" And Arthur says something along the lines of, you know what, just face me to the west so that I can think about all the good times I had along the way. And so that's what he gets to do here. So
I don't know if it was possible, like, in real time, like, way back in the 1800s, but what happens in Red Dead, in this mission or whatever, Arthur is the character that you're playing as, and he has to fight one of his gang friends.
Okay.
Like, they're not friends anymore. He has to fight them for some reason. I never got this far in the game. But what happens here is they're fighting, and for some reason Arthur is, like, out of breath, like he's about to die, and, like, he's dying right here in this part.
Yeah.
So what I don't understand is, how do you die from just getting punched in the face?
He didn't. He was dying from tuberculosis.
But how long? But it doesn't really. I don't think it really says anything about tuberculosis. But he just died. All I can think of is him dying from getting punched in the face, and I don't understand that part.
No, that guy said he's dying. He's sick. He's dying. That's what they meant. He has TB and he's dying.
Well, it makes it feel like he's dying
because he got punched.
Yeah, it makes it feel like that, and I don't really understand it. Like, they don't say anything else about tuberculosis,
Gotcha.
and that's why I got all confused.
Gotcha.
Tried to give him some semblance of peace in his last few moments. Once Dutch and Micah abandon him, we need to give the player some solace. Because at this point, most people are bawling their eyes out. Biggest challenge was portraying Arthur's sickness and his weariness, but to do it in a way that didn't slow down the gameplay. That was tricky. Guys, thank you so much for sharing that with me. I had a blast sharing it with you. I've been Roger Clark, aka Arthur Morgan. This is Experts React. Outlaws for life.
Interesting.
So what did you think about that, Jim?
It was like a documentary almost. I really enjoyed it actually because I didn't know that there was that much of a story behind the game. I just thought it was just shit that you could get into and play the game and whatever. I didn't realize there was an overall story to the whole thing.
What about you, Parker?
Same kind of thing,
Same.
Parker?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea that there was a story involved.
So what was your favorite part about, what do you like that he was talking about?
Well, I just enjoyed it, and I didn't realize they put that much effort into making everything so realistic. Obviously, we know that games are getting more realistic and the animations are, but I didn't realize that they put that much effort into a game, I can see why it took a long time to develop it.
Yeah.
I think, so it took 8 years to develop.
Yeah, but that was you're basing that off the time that the first one was released and the second one was released, so it might have not taken quite that many years to actually make it.
Well, that's what they've been saying.
Okay.
Like, they said it took 8 years.
To put it out, yeah, I get you.
But I don't know what they were doing all those 8 years. I think he says that they started in 2013.
Okay.
But, then what does he mean when he says that? So
Well,
it's
they
not,
probably if it came out in 2010 the first time, then they give it some time because everybody's buying and it's all good, and then they saw it was a hit, so they were like, okay, we got to make a follow up to this. So then they probably in 2013 is when they decided, okay, we got a script, we got ideas, let's start making this new game.
I think I saw the credits for this game one time. They only had 3 people for the writing.
Okay.
So with this people will say that this is like a 40 hour game,
Okay.
and they only had 3 people to write the script and everything else.
Well, if you think
I
about it,
don't-
like me, you, and Parker were going to write a script. It would be hard to all be on the same page and all be, But I'm sure that what they do is they say, okay, Dominic, you write about the scene where Arthur gets shot, and Parker, you write about the scene where blah blah blah, and Jim, you write about this scene. So then you do all your things, and then you got to put all that together. So, and it's just because if you relied on one person to do the whole thing, it would take them forever, right?
Yeah, but it's being done by 3 people. I still feel like that wouldn't be enough.
Okay.
I would feel like
That's probably why it took so long, But then they had to film it and all that stuff too. Huh?
I would feel like if you are gonna develop a game for, like, let's say you did it for 10 years, and I feel like 3 people would not be enough. I would
Just to write it though.
just for writing and everything else. I would
You
feel
can
like
sit down and write the overall script like in just a matter of weeks.
I would think you
But
need
then
like
you got to write all individual scenes out. You know?
I would think that you'd need like either 10 or maybe, I don't know, like 15 people.
Yeah, you're just talking to writing though. Writing is different.
Even
than the rest
if-
of it.
And even if that's not enough, we'll say 20 people to do all the other stuff.
Well, yeah, I'm
and-
sure they use more than 20 people total because you had people animators, you had people shooting those scenes with the horse and all that stuff. You know.
Well, I don't know what, like, they only had 3 people in the credits for the writing stuff.
Right.
And I guess, like, maybe that's what the story is.
That's
They
just
they
writing
write
the
the
story.
they write the story. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
They don't
but like,
create it; they just write it.
but like everything else, you probably can't have just 3 people working on
Exactly.
it. You need like more.
You're completely right. Okay.
But, anyways, Parker, what was your favorite part about this reaction?
Just ow. How the
I'll say it for you, Parker. Damn it! Parker always knows what he wants to say, but it doesn't always come right out. Right, Parker?
Yeah.
His brain is a little bit wired differently than ours. Like he can't
Yep.
he can't get his words out even if he's trying really hard, and even if he tries really hard, he still can't do it. Like he struggles with something.
Right.
There's something about him that he
But
struggles
it's
with.
funny because if I stomped on his foot, he'd probably say "shit" like really quick.
Oh yeah.
And
Just kidding.
also, there's also one thing that I feel like both of you missed.
We didn't miss shit. We were right here the whole time.
Well, okay. Well, I feel like there's something else that we need to talk about, and I don't remember where it is.
What is it? Then maybe I'll help you. Because I bet you we did.
Parker and I know about GTA 5,
Yeah. I did
and
that too.
do you know who Ned Luke is?
I know.
He's the guy.
I might have heard his name throughout the game, but I don't know.
I don't remember where that point is.
Okay, so what's your point though? What about him?
Ned Luke is he voice acts one of the characters in GTA 5,
Oh,
It-
Michael.
and he was supposed to be in this game, but
Okay.
the people at Rockstar, they took his voice out.
What?
But they still gave him credit.
Okay.
I want to find it.
Did they have problems with him?
No, I want to try to find it so that
Okay, but Rockstar, they make this game and they make GTA 5, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
I want to.
I love raising awareness about it. I really believe that Red Dead 2, what it really excels at is immersion in a very developed and alive sandbox world.
Let us away. Wish us luck. I've only crashed twice.
How did you get out of this?
Yeah, I remember this.
Okay.
So obvious.
I wanted to show it to you. 'Cause-
Well, I understand that, but we don't know where it is, so I don't want to spend I don't want to bore our viewers.
Well, anyways, Ned Luke is one of the voice actors for Michael in GTA 5, and he was supposed to be in this game. They gave him credit, but they still took his voice out and replaced it with somebody else, I think.
Rude.
I don't know why they did that, but
Rude.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap this one up.
okay, so that is going to be it for this video, guys. If you guys like this video, please be sure to hit the subscribe button and the like button and share this video with all of your friends, and let us know what other behind the scenes videos that we should react to. Like what other stuff should we look for about Red Dead Redemption 2 or maybe Red Dead Redemption 1?
Or maybe even GTA. Who knows? Whatever, man. Give us some ideas, right?
Yeah, give us some ideas. And we were going to do another Omegle video, but
Yeah, we'll probably do that in the future. We need some more material for the Omega video. Maybe we'll put it all together and do it all at one time. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
we did 2 questions and we put them all into one video, and that wasn't even my idea. That was yours.
Yeah, maybe we'll do all 3 questions next time. I don't know.
We're struggling with one question
Right?
because we don't know how to explain it.
Right. But stay tuned. Hit that notification bell too, so you get notified when we do put out more stuff. Right?
Yep.
I'll get that. That's my job, man. Say goodbye, Dom.
Okay, well, I was trying to look for it
Oh.
because I thought you were gonna have me do it. And anyway, so that is gonna be it for this video, guys. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and the like button and share this video with all of your friends. And we will see all of you guys next time.
See you guys.
Bye, guys.